What's up, kids? Hope everybody's well today. It is a really snowy, cold day in Memphis where I live, so we escaped the beach. So we're enjoying a little bit of, turns out not sunshine, but it's not snow either. Anyway, let's answer this question. Hope everybody's doing great. Had a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, a little bit late. And thanks for all the well birthday wishes. Really appreciate that. You guys are all just awesome. All right, so let's answer this question for Rodger. Rodger, super great question. First up, you don't have any testimonials, but you want to start selling. Totally get that. Hey, thanks so much. Great to see everybody. You don't have any testimony. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, man. Rodger, no testimonials, but you want to start selling, and no success stories. I get that. Let's just define that for those who maybe not know the difference there. Testimonial would be just a kind, common word that people would drop in there and say, hey, this guy's awesome, whatever. A testimonial or a success story might be a little more deep. What's up, Tim? Good to see you, dude. A success story might be a little bit of a deeper dive into like you interviewing them or finding out more about them, writing something up, having a little more traction behind the story of it. Either way you go, Rodger, here's the ultimate answer to this. I didn't start with any testimonials or any success stories of any type. When I started my done-for-you services, multiple done-for-you service agencies, I'm on 4 now, 5 counting a financial advisory firm I used to own, 4 digital and creative like done-for-you agencies, and consulting, one-on-one consulting and group consulting, masterminds, all that. I started all of those without any testimonials or success stories of any kind. You simply don't have to have them to start. Here's what happens in our heads, Rodger. Super great question. Really appreciate you asking. Anybody else can ask questions about this too. I'll talk about how to get a few really easy testimonials in just a second. But first of all, let's just talk about the mindset behind, do I need them or not? Ultimately, we see all the other coaches, consultants, experts, agency owners, the people we look up to, right? We see those people and we're like, oh my gosh, look at all their testimonials. They got all these videos. They got a whole web page. I was on consulting.com's website today, Sam Ovens' website. Take his program 5 years ago, probably. Sam's just crushing it out there, right? Consulting.com, you've all seen that. He has this testimonial page that has like 3,000 or 4,000, maybe 5,000 video testimonials on it. You literally can't find the end as you scroll. I have scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. They just keep loading. There's more and more. You think, I'll never get there. You don't need to be there. Honestly, you really don't. Sam didn't start with testimonials either. Ultimately, you just need to jump in there and get started. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but it's true. You just need to dive in and talk to the people that you talk to. Who are you trying to connect to? It's so important. The most important thing you can figure out right now is who you're trying to help. Like a very well-defined market, a very well-defined market segment, a people group, a type of person, so that you can reach out and help them and give them what they need. You need to call them out by name, by who they are. Not literally by like, hey, Chris, or hey, Rodger, but call them out by like name who they are. I know you, and I know you're struggling with this, and I know where you are in life right now, right? Call them out. Let them know you know them. Talk about what's going on with their world, their pain points, and show them how you can help them. It's that simple, folks. Do that, and the testimonials will go by the wayside because people aren't buying. People aren't like, I just got distracted in the camera here because like the clouds, if you look at the ocean, the clouds like totally just make the ocean disappear. I actually really like it when the sea is that way. It just evaporates out there. Anyway, I love the ocean. It changes every day. So, all right, back to testimonials. Ultimately, people aren't buying the testimonials. They're not buying someone else's story. They're buying you. They're buying their trust in you. And that trust has a lot to do with who you are as a person, how you communicate with them, how well you know them and hear them. Just like with any other close personal relationship we have, we want to be heard, right? We want to know that somebody really understands us and that they get us. And when we feel that, we feel like opening up and sharing more with them. Same with business transactions. When your audience in your market, your who, one-on-one or a larger audience, when they know that, oh my gosh, like Rodger's totally talking our language. That's us. He's talking to me. Then that person wants to lean in, Rodger, and they want to do business with you because you get them. And they know that if you get them, that you get their problems and that you have an idea of what they're struggling with, so you would have an idea how to fix it. Believe it or not, most people don't buy because they think you've got the solution. They buy because they think that you understand their problem. There's a big difference there, folks. Serious big difference. People don't buy because they think you've got a solution to their problem. They buy because they think you've got their problem figured out. Yeah, that comes along with assumptions about solutions. But we buy because we're connected, we're emotionally connected, and we feel heard, we feel understood. That is the biggest piece of what creates that buying pattern, that opportunity. Mike, this is really good. It's all about their trust in you, understand their problems. Absolutely, Mike. You're 100% on track there. So back to Rodger's question, do we need testimonials to start selling? No, not at all. Again, I'm Jesse, just offered a coaching session to somebody in the exchange for a testimonial. Yeah, I ended up having content to sell, his live reaction, plus he's making a killer testimonial. Great idea, awesome idea. Yeah, it's an interesting way to do that, Jesse, and you can also offer like a discount into your program for like weekly testimonials or weekly updates, videos, that kind of thing, so you can like get a progression if it's a coaching program or something like that. You can do so much without testimonials. So for digital agency done for you agencies in me personally, and multiple coaching programs, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, masterminds, all that. I started all of that at different times as we made this progression happen over the past 5-10 years. All of that without testimonials. Now, yeah, we got testimonials, but every time I pivot and start something new, it's always without testimonials. It's new. The thing they're buying, Rodger, is you. They're buying trust in you, that you get them. Not that you have a full 100-episode mastermind training and done-for-you service with 50 team members that can solve every problem they have. Nope, they're buying trust in you. So, start without testimonials and don't worry about it. What's going to happen is you're going to be kind of shocked that the people you're selling to don't ask you for testimonials. I hardly ever get asked for testimonials. I used to think I was going to happen all the time. Nobody really does. Every now and then somebody's like, can I talk to 1 or 2 other clients? Like every now and then. Let's say that happened on the first time you're selling someone. Can I talk to somebody else, 1 or 2 other clients? Yeah, Jesse, you bet. If somebody says that, like your first sales call, and you're like, oh crap, they asked for testimonials. They asked for some other client. Just let them know, hey, you know what? This is my expertise, and I'm pivoting my business right now to serve people like you and solve this specific thing. So I don't have a bunch of other clients who I've solved this specific thing for, yet this is my expertise. I just made this change. It's not because I just learned how to solve it, it's because I just made the change to serve this particular market. So we'd love to help you out and move forward. When I say that kind of thing, it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Yeah, you got the expertise and cool. They just roll with it. Rodger, you got this. For all of you who don't have testimonials out there, Billy, what's up, dude? For all of you who don't have testimonials, it's okay. Keep crushing it. Get out there, prospect and sell. To come back to this trust point again, it is absolutely 100%, a bazillion percent about their trust in you, and do they believe that you understand them? Do you get them? Do you get them? Jill and I, for those of you who don't know, Jill's my wife. We're here with our kids at the beach, just avoiding some snow in the Memphis, Tennessee area where we live. Not the best beach weather, as you can tell, but it's the beach. So Jill and I were talking earlier today about just this dynamic between us in our personal lives. When we feel heard, this is so relationship 101, right? When we feel heard and connected to, we feel the trust, and that opens us up, right? It helps us communicate. It helps us lean in on the other person. And that's such a big deal. I have to learn that constantly as a spouse, and she does too, and our kids have to learn it, and our next door neighbors have to learn it, and we have to learn it in selling and prospecting. We have to learn it in every human interaction we have. The person wants to lean in and follow you because they trust you. So Rodger, get out there and build that trust. Anybody got any questions? I can hang out for a couple more minutes. I got actually plenty of time. I cut out most of my calls this week, and so I can go on more walks and chill out while we're here. We got kids doing virtual school, so I got plenty of time if I can answer questions. Bottom line is, build the trust. If you don't have testimonials, build the trust. If you got a couple of testimonials, I'm a big fan of starting with like 3 testimonials on a sales page. If you put together a sales page, you got 1 testimonial, put it on there. I like having 3. All right, let's talk about how to get some simple testimonials, okay? Before we go, I promise I'll do that. Real easy to do this. Here's what I've done when I've started brand new from scratch. Like when I first started getting out of, oh my gosh, I'm leaving this corporate-y type job, I'm gonna start my own thing, whatever. I would reach out to friends and colleagues who knew me professionally on LinkedIn. This is where I started. If you just go to LinkedIn, you can ask people to leave you a quick LinkedIn review. And LinkedIn like grades, like gives you things you can check, like professionalism, sales master, flight engineer, whatever they like. You can click things that you're good at, but they also give you a chance for people to write something, or you write something about them. And so I would reach out to a couple of friends on LinkedIn, a couple of colleagues, people I've worked with in the past, leave them a quick review, rank them on cool things, and leave them a quick review how great it is to work with them. Known this person for 3 years, they've been so great, always professional. Have them leave you a LinkedIn review. Just reach out. Hey, do you mind leaving me a LinkedIn review? Trying to build my profile up a little bit. They'll do it. And then you can just ask them, hey, do you mind if I use that same quote? Once they get done with it, do you mind if I use that same quote and drop it in quotes over on my Facebook group, or drop it in on my sales page, or, add it to my website or whatever? They'll say sure. Just ask them in an email so it's documented that they gave you permission to use it somewhere, and they'll do it. Otherwise, you can just text people. I've also shot little emails, text messages out to friends. Hey, I'm putting together a new website. Would love just a professional type review. Would you mind just typing up a few sentences and knocking it out? It's so easy to get 3 to 5 testimonials really quickly. Big thing I want to just yell from the rooftops here, though, is don't wait to start prospecting and selling until your friends or colleagues or whatever send you back 3 to 5 testimonials. All right, that is a pitfall. It's a trap. All right, don't fall in that trap. You don't need testimonials to start selling. Start selling. Start prospecting. Start selling. You can get those testimonials relatively easy, and you can add them to wherever you want to, but make sure you don't sit around waiting. Let's just be honest here, folks. Selling and prospecting is one of the hardest things we do in our businesses, right? Because there's a lot of rejection sometimes we feel about that. And we've all been told it's a numbers game, and you just kind of get past the rejection and all. Well, I know. I've heard that, and I've told people that, and it's true. But we still feel it. So make sure you're prospecting. Be brave. Get out there and do that thing. Prospect 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, whatever. Every day, first part of your day, get out there and prospect. All right? Do that hard work, because that's what generates the results. Prospecting is not about rejection and getting to the numbers. Here's the simple truth of it. If you don't hang your sign out in front of your building, so to speak, no one will ever know you're there. Prospecting is just hanging that sign out there constantly. It's just in the prospecting and marketing world, we're the sign. We're the ones who are out there showing ourselves and saying, here I am. And we feel like we get rejected when somebody just drives by and doesn't pay attention. If somebody's driving by and ghosting us, just picture the sign at your local supermarket, grocery store, whatever. It's not that you're rejecting that store when you drive by. You just got other things on your mind. So prospecting, reaching out, building Facebook groups, building stuff on LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, wherever you are. All of that is just simply putting in the time and effort to be the billboard out there, the sign. Just because most people drive by and never notice is not a bad thing. The people who drive by and are thinking about what you're talking about, that are your audience, that are your people, that have those kind of issues going on, they're going to be like, hey, wait, what? Look at that sign. That is so true. And they're going to keep on driving. And the next day they'll come back and like, oh man, that dude's really got it. And then they're going to finally start leaning in and connecting. Junaid, what's up, dude? Thanks for the birthday wishes yesterday, Junaid. I just saw that on my phone earlier. Thanks, man. Make sure that you are doing the prospecting. Being the sign out there on the highway that's pointing people in the right direction. A lot of folks will drive on by. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means it's not their moment, their time, their issue. The people who are in the right moment, right frame of mind, right time, they got the right issue for you right then, they're the ones who are going to connect. The vast majority, folks, as somebody who's maybe down the road on this a little bit, and hang out with the people who I think are like so far down the road on prospecting and selling, like they're amazing. But the truth of it is, everyone, no matter how good we are, we all have most of the people we prospect to, the vast majority of the people we prospect to, go on by. They don't even look up. No matter how good you are, that's just the way the numbers is. And it's not because they're rejecting us, it's simply because they're not thinking about it right then. No big deal. Keep telling your message. Eventually their day will come and they'll realize, oh my gosh, I need this person. That's step number one, always. So get out there, get some easy testimonials. Don't stop prospecting and selling until you get them, but go ahead and reach out to some friends, whatever, colleagues, get those testimonials and whatever channel you want to. The LinkedIn strategy is a super easy one that I just explained, but you definitely don't need testimonials to start selling right now. Any other questions? If not, I'll get out of here. Totally want to make sure I answer questions so I can hang out for another second long. You know, a lot of folks, I'm brand new on Clubhouse. I just saw Junaid throw out a little shout out there a minute ago. Junaid sent me a cool little invite to Clubhouse, so thank you, Junaid. Jumping on there, I got time this week at the beach to sit and do a little more of that. That's just another way to put a sign out there and prospect. Just another way to be out there in a relevant conversation. What's up, Heather? Awesome to see you. If it's LinkedIn, if it's Instagram, if it's YouTube, if it's Facebook groups, whatever it is for you, be where you need to be, where you believe you and your people hang out. Don't overthink it. There are plenty of your market, your people on every platform. A lot of people think, oh, you know, I really target the 50-year-old to 60-year-old, you know, CEO, C-suite kind of crowd. So I shouldn't be talking on TikTok. Now, sure, if you're selling a high-ticket offer to CEOs on TikTok, you might find better alignment on LinkedIn or Facebook. But I promise you, there are lots of 50 to 60-year-old CEOs on TikTok. Tons of them. Everybody's everywhere. All right, there's plenty of your people on every platform. You're just trying to line up the platform where they actually come to hang out, not just for entertainment, but they actually come to hang out for like thinking and engagement, social issues, business issues, you know, real thoughtful conversation. That's what you're doing. Heather, palm trees with a coat on? Yeah, where are you? Yeah, I'm listening to your message too. Yeah, so Heather, great to see you. It's snowing. It's going to be like 0 degrees, I think maybe 0 to 1 degrees in Memphis, Fahrenheit today. Tennessee is where we usually are. So we were just, we're kind of a little bored. So my kids are all virtual schooling, so we just came to the beach. We're in what I consider old Florida. This is Florida out here. Old Florida, like old beaches around the world, right? You know, you're just kind of just chilled out, laid back. We usually go like to a section west of here that basically looks like Europe. It's so cultivated, it's gorgeous. But we're trying to just stay out of the crowd, you know, trying to be good with our little pandemic selves. So we found a place on Airbnb in what I call old Florida with just literally, we have a 3-story house here and it literally walks out to the beach. So there's nothing to do. There's no city to go to. We're collecting shells. We're keeping our rain jackets on and just chilling, not being in the snow. Good question, Pam. Or Heather, yeah, good question. Yeah, and so the palm trees, and we got some kayaks out here. We're, you know, having fun. I have not seen any wildlife this whole time. Usually we come to the beach, either where we're traveling in the summer, just internationally, or wherever, there's animals, right? And here we come in fall break, usually like September, October, to Florida. It's around time in Florida really is in fall break. It's kind of our family tradition. And there's usually like animals everywhere, but there's a couple of seagulls. I guess all the dolphins are cold. I get that. Isn't that great out there? You want me to just leave the live open for the rest of the day so y'all can just keep the audio on and watch the ocean? Really is nice. That's not a bad idea. I should just like leave a live open channel today for the ocean because it's so pretty. It's going to be stormy later on, so you'll see all the clouds rolling in. The surf gets bigger. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, Mike, the Dolphins are in lockdown. It's so true. They're in lockdown. They got their little mask on. They're running around down there. Heather, I appreciate today's lesson too. Don't go fishing for dolphins in a lake. Great way to say that. Find your fish where they are. Know your fish. Be where they are, and provide what they like to feed on. Great spin on that, Heather. Very impressive. I should have thought of there's so many analogies I could be pulling out of the ocean right now, right? That's why you can't see them. So you know, the Caribbean's like basically just that way, okay? Like all the Caribbean islands. So when we're down that way, scuba diving and stuff, it's so great because all these cool sea creatures kind of hang out down there, like farther south in the Caribbean where it's really warm and clear in the winter. Man, they pack them in the wintertime, which is really cool. And did you know, fun fact, This is why y'all are here, right? This is the Elite Agency Inner Circle. We get ocean facts here. Did you know that if you're going to the Caribbean in the summer, which we've spent a decent amount of time there in the summer, a lot of people go in the fall and winter to escape the cold. If you go in the summer, there's no sharks down there. Like, we've done a lot of diving, and Jill and I have done some open water, shark photography and all kind of cool stuff like that. If you go to the Caribbean in the summer, the shark population is, I'm sure there's one floating around every now and then, but it's significantly lower. So if sharks are what you worry about, then go to the Caribbean in the summertime. It's a little bit too warm for them. Their body temperatures don't adjust well to that, and so they move up farther north, like up the eastern seaboard of the United States. There you go. Now you know. If you want to see sharks, then flip that around and go see sharks. They're gorgeous. They're such cool creatures. Okay, that's it, kids. Now I'm excited. They got me excited about the ocean. Oh my gosh, I want to get a wetsuit on and get out there. All right, I've got a little bit of stuff to do, so I'm going to go knock that out. If y'all have any questions, reach out. I'm going to do some clubhousing this week. If I can figure that out, so I'm going to try to drop the link in this group. So if y'all want to come hang out on Clubhouse, I think I'm going to talk about masterminds and how we started a mastermind, how we built it, how we prospected for it, how we started selling into masterminds, like that whole life cycle of generating the beginning of that process. I think that's the most relevant thing to talk about there. So I'll try to drop a link down there. Jamie, what's up? You guys are so freaking awesome. You are. I just feel the love. Thanks so much. Stay warm. We will, Heather. Jamie, have a good one. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, kids.